Good morning, everybody. Today's the 29th of December, 2021, ending for what uh, for many people was a great year, as a matter of fact. It was a wonderful year, a year of progress, a year of setting new goals and setting sights on higher and better things to come, always keeping our view to what is ahead of us and looking back to glean from our experiences of what could work even better in the future. So, today the theme is the back muscles, back training, and how it integrates into the whole philosophy of building strength, power, size, vitality, and just general health as we increase in age. So, just a preface here, I'm 57 years old. I started training when I was 43, seriously. And at 40, well, I started training at 43, and at 47, decided to make this a serious endeavor, like a lifelong thing. As long as I'm alive, I will be striving to get better. You know, we are in this body until we die, or if the Lord takes us before that happens. So we do, I mean, it is our duty to take care of ourselves, right? And what is the purpose, or what's the idea of letting ourselves go after a certain age? It's like youth and vitality are only reserved for a certain period of time in your life. And then after that, you have to deal with um, deterioration, to put it mildly. I don't believe that's the case, and let me state why. Since I have devoted my attention and my interest to this activity of lifting weights and trying to get stronger, I've noticed that over time I feel younger. So today, this age of 57, I'm hitting PRs, personal records at the gym. I'm lifting more weight than when I was 47. I have better cardio stamina. I can go for longer walks if need be. I mean, I'm talking about, many mile marches if need be. So there seems to be an increase in my well-being and vitality over the last 10 years. In a period of time when some people would consider middle age, many people start to lose their health, right? They start to develop chronic metabolic diseases that they have sown all through their lives, such as diabetes or just increased blood sugar, being fat. How many of us? I got fat. I had a significant belly, no muscle tone at all, no muscle definition. The chin, the whole thing. Just so. The idea is that this can be done. You can get better over time. So at this stage, 57 years old, we're shooting for a 5 to 7 year program, whereby at 65, according to this program or this training scheme, I will be at a better place than I am today. My lifting goals are significant from where they are right now, the increases in strength and endurance and all of that. And the health markers, body fat percentages, VO2 intake, oxygen, all of that. So I'm inviting anybody who wants to follow on this journey of maintaining maximum strength. So today it's back training. Back training for me involves several different angles. The most important one being strength and power. So the bedrock of back is the picking up of objects from the ground, or picking yourself up to a tree. The back obviously has many functions, but the most basic strength parameters are based on lifting things off the floor. Deadlifts, back rows, T-bar rows, things of that nature. The back also can increase in size through volume work, like rowing, cable rowing. So today we'll be starting off with isolation movements, which is the one arm cable row. We'll be doing volume with that. We'll be warming up, doing sets of 15, sets of 12, sets of 10, to really pre-exhaust, to get to the point where the back is pumped, right? You know, you feel your sides here, the mid-back, everything is pretty much pumped. Then we go to a heavy exercise, a T-bar row. We'll start with the T-bar row today. And the T-bar row targets the center of the back, the mid-back, the upper back, and it permits a steady increase in progression. It can accommodate a lot of weight on the exercise. So a good starting weight for me is about 4 plates, 445s, about 225 pounds with the bar, even though it's not completely off, you know, it's just decided, for all intents and purposes, we'll call it a 225 or 100 kilo T-bar. From there, we'll go up to 275, 315. We may try to max out with 7 plates. That'll be fun. I've done that before, just a few reps, and figured we'll leave it for a future training block. I know that I can do it, and that'll be my goal for this training block, is to work with the 7 plates. Try to hit 8 at the end. After working the T-bar, which is one of those exercises that really leaves you gasping. I mean, if you're doing the T-bar correctly with enough reps, you should be gasping for about 3 to 5 minutes to get your breath back. I mean, literally, it's really hardcore. You know, more than the strength and the pulling is the oxygen. You get into such a deep oxygen debt with the T-bar. That must be why it works, because there's something happening with those muscles. It is difficult. It's a pain. It's something that most times I want to avoid. It's not really a pleasant exercise. It can be a pleasant exercise if I stick with small weights, but if I'm trying to build and I'm going for the 6, 7 plates, it's rough, man. Okay, so after doing that, we'll do maybe 2 or 3 sets. Again, we don't want to really overwork with the heavy weights, because we don't recuperate enough, or we won't have time to recuperate for our other training sessions. So we try to keep the super heavy stuff limited to a limited amount of sets. Okay, so after the T-bar, we'll go to a complete exercise, which is usually a deadlift or a rack pull. I used to do deadlifts exclusively, pulling from the floor, and I find that the cost benefit to doing that at this stage, I'm better served by doing rack pulls, which is a half deadlift from so it'll be elevated about 6 to 10 inches off the floor. And what that does, it permits you to have more strength, obviously, get a better pull, and to contract on the back a bit better. You can focus on the lower back, you can squeeze the lats, you can hinge a lot better. And it's a limited range of motion, yes, but it's a very effective exercise. It should not be underestimated, and you can pile in a lot of weight.